With the switch to smart switches, I've been getting a lot of phone calls from homeowners who are finding certain configurations a little bit confusing. Now we have two basic types you're going to find in your home. The first one's going to be a single pole switch. Now this refers to a switch in one location that can control a light or multiple lights. Very simple, has two screws on the side and the ground. Pretty easy to replace, and you can see the homeowner replaced two single poles here. Where we're having some confusion is when it comes to the three-way switch. And this refers to when we have at least two switches, two different locations, controlling a light or multiple lights. Here we have a three-way switch at the top of the stairs, controlling the light over the staircase, and one at the bottom of the stairs, so you can turn them on or off from both locations. Now, instead of just having the two screws, we have the two brass screws and an identified screw. And that can throw you off a little bit when you have different wiring configurations. So what I want to do today is show you how to replace the traditional three-way switch with a smart three-way switch and how to control it from both locations. So the first thing I want to do before I get started is turn off the breaker. All right, now that the power's off, I'm going to go ahead and remove the wall plate. Then I'll take the switch out. All right, so you can see this switch has the three wires on it. And we have two brass screws and this black screw. The black screw is the common. We want to pay attention to what wire is connected to this screw. So I'm going to take that one off first and set it aside. Now these two I can see go on the three wire together. Those are my travelers, and I'll put these over here together. So I know that was my common, those are my travelers. So with this box, I'm going to take this apart, and I should be able to see if I have multiple feed wires coming out of here going to each of these switches since they're single poles. All right, so we can see that wire nut. We can see this wire coming off. That was our common. It also comes off and goes to the black wire, the feed in on this switch, and it has another pigtail that comes off and goes to this switch. So that is our feed wire. So we know that that common is our feed. The switch at the bottom of the stairs will be the light. And now we can install the new smart switch. So first, I'm going to start with the ground wire. This will either be a green conductor or a bare copper wire. Next, I'm going to do the two travelers. Now for this, you want to pay attention to which color wire you put where. I'll do the red to the red traveler, the black to the blue. And finally, the black wire is going to connect to our common, which is our feed. Make sure everything's secure, and then try and fold everything neatly into the junction box. What you don't want to do is stuff the wires in too tightly or risk anything coming loose or getting pinched. So make sure everything has plenty of room to move. All right, so now it's time to address the second three-way switch at the bottom of the stairs here. Now, while there are a variety of ways to configure this switch that we have upstairs, I'm going to show you two different options. The first one is going to be installing this, and this is essentially a remote control. What's going to happen is you have this switch in place with the three wires and the three screws. You're going to take all three off and put them together under one wire nut. Push it in the back of the box, and then you're going to take this remote and screw it into the switch box. And it actually comes with a bracket here to do just that. So you'll screw this in, apply the plate, and you'll be ready to turn power on upstairs. Now what happens is, this is now simply a remote control that talks to that switch. So in order to link them, you press and hold a button for 6 seconds here. You do the same thing on the switch upstairs. The two are linked, and now you can actually dim it and control everything from both locations. In this situation though, we want to keep the mechanical switch like we have. It's just simpler to use when guests come in and out. So what's going to happen again is we have the common and the two travelers, but remember we paid attention to what traveler we tied to what color upstairs. We took the red wire on the switch and put it to the red traveler wire. Keep that in mind because we're now going to take that red wire and combine it with the common wire. So the red traveler and the black wire on the common are going to go together under the common screw. The other traveler wire, in this case the other black wire, is going to go to either one of the brass screws. Doesn't matter which one. And then finally one brass screw simply won't have a wire on it. All right, first thing to do again is take the switch plate off. Now I'll just double check that the power is off. It should be off because we turned that breaker off that controlled the three-way switches, but you never know if something else is on a different circuit. So it looks like everything is off. Next, I'll take the three-way switch out. Okay, so you can see we have a black wire on the common. In this case, we know that's our light fixture, and then we have a black and the red on the travelers. Now I'll take the jumper that comes with the smart switch, tie it together with the other two wires, and go ahead and put that on the common screw. And then go ahead and twist a wire nut on clockwise as well. So now I will take that little jumper and I will put that on the common. So there you can see, we took the wire that was on the common and the red traveler that goes to the red wire on the smart switch, put them together with a pigtail, put them on the common, and left the other traveler, the black wire in this case, alone. Now we're ready to install the switch. All right, now that the power's back on, let's go ahead and test it. So it turns on here. All right, so the light works from the bottom. Let's go ahead and try to turn it off from up here. And there we go. It works from both sides. Great, the system's up and running. So now we have our smart switch installed and it's ready to tie to your home lighting system.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.